We'll all take a comfortable seat to begin. And letting the eyelids grow heavy. I'm still messing with my screen over here for anyone that's eyelids are open. And letting the lower body root into the ground, just noticing anything standing out to you. Feel free to add a prop underneath your seat. And begin noticing the texture against the skin, maybe the material of clothing under the palm. Noticing if you're leaning forward or back, left or right. And just observing your natural stance here. Allowing yourself to arrive without changing a thing, just feeling how you arrive. And gently draw yourself to center. If you were leaning in any one direction, drawing yourself to center with a little micro adjustment, little sway. Gently roll the shoulders back, lift the heart. Feel the spine nice and tall. We'll inhale, send palms up overhead, palms touch, reach for what you want along the way. Exhaling, pull it into your heart center. Thumbs to your sternum. I invite you to set an intention for today's practice. And take a moment here, maybe dedicating your intention, dedicating your practice to an individual or a cause. And if nothing comes to mind immediately, I offer the intention of exploring movement as a mirror to your life, letting the mat be your mirror and observing these little details without obsession, but just letting them pop into your mind and maybe you revisit them throughout the day, looking for patterns that we carry in all that we do. May we move with kindness and patience and compassion on and off the mat. Wrap up any last final thought. Inhaling, send the palms up overhead, reach up. And then exhale, let the hands land in the lap. Flutter the eyelids open. And we'll drop the right ear to the right shoulder, just a little neck opening to begin. Let the neck release on the left side. You can send the left hand out to the side as an anchor. And sending the hand out to the side just is a nice way to keep the spine tall. If you find it's uncomfortable, you can always keep your hand in your lap. And you can always bring hands behind the low back, grabbing forearms or opposite elbows. And let the right ear fall closer to the right shoulder. Noticing how you're breathing. If you're breathing just in and out of the nose today, I invite you to stay with it for a cooling effect. And if you're breathing out of only the mouth today, I invite you to really slow down the breath, as that can take more energy when we breathe exclusively from the mouth. And maybe you're breathing with a combination and just observing if you're holding your breath at any point. You're always welcome to reset. And slowly we'll send the left palm up overhead and place it behind the base of the skull. Send the right hand up overhead, place it just above the left ear. So 2 hands on the head today. You can release one hand, but feeling what's most comfortable in your hand. If you would prefer one hand over the other. If it's just the right palm, you'll have a little bit of pressure guiding the ear down. If you feel you need to send the head a little bit back, having that left hand behind you supports the base of the skull, just depending how tight you are and the angle in the neck. So if the right palm feels nice to you, maybe you stay with that, otherwise left palm behind you, drawing that left elbow back. And slowly inhaling, press your head into your hand, come upright, release your palms. We'll find a little bit of circular transitional motion here. So drop your chin into your chest, begin to roll it out. We'll roll either left or right, your choice, whatever feels best in your body. And make some half circles, rocking ear to shoulder on each side. Ear to fuzzy gray sweater if you're in our gray sweater club this morning. There's just a bunch of us who wear gray sweaters. Got the memo. And rolling it out, we'll make our way over to the other side. So left ear to left shoulder. Maybe you hang out here. Let gravity guide the ear to the shoulder, or send that right hand out to the side, finding that anchor, keeping a tall spine. You might feel sensation radiate all the way down to the fingertips. Maybe hands come behind you, finding that opposite elbow and opposite palm, or forearms in the palms. Noticing how the breath naturally slows down when you lean in. And just letting tension melt away. Boosting blood flow to the brain here, oxygen to the brain. Giving a little more circulation through the carotid arteries. And gently, we'll send the left palm up overhead, place it just above the right ear, guiding left ear to left shoulder. And right palm can come up behind the base of the skull if you'd rather lean the head slightly back into your hand. And you can release one palm or keep them both there. So just depending where you want support in the head for your angle today. If you need the chin to come a little more higher up, letting the base of the skull land in the right palm. Relaxing into it here. And slowly we'll come upright, press your head into your hand, release the palms to your knees. We'll find some half circles once again. So either direction to begin. Roll it out. And if it feels okay to you, drop the head back, base of the skull back, chin to sky, and make some half circles with your chin lifted. Can feel a little grindy at times. Maybe you find half circles over the shoulder. And boosting all this blood flow to the brain also gives you a nice little glow in the face. Getting out all that tension and stress we carry that we might not even know we had. And then gently coming to center. We'll rock forward into a tabletop. So if you're on top of a prop, slide it out from underneath you. And coming onto all fours, notice if there's any tenderness in your knees or your wrists, a blanket underneath you can be really nice here. Make two fists, put them between your knees for your hip width distance, and then the wrists are directly under the shoulders. Spread your fingers wide, press the ground away from you. Inhale, drop the belly gaze up for cow. Exhale, cat, round the spine, chin to chest, gaze to your navel. Inhale, cow, drop the belly, gaze high. Exhale, cat, press the ground away from you. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. And gently make some circles with the hips. Maybe you flip the fingers to face the knees. Just mixing it up, getting a little wrist stretch in here, forearm stretch, change direction of your hip circles. Maybe you flip the palms so the palms are to the sky, fingertips in any direction. Massage out the hands. And keeping your intuitive movement going. So the circles might begin to evolve. Maybe you change it up a little bit, just waking up the spine, little tight places, maybe dropping hips to the heels. And then gently coming to stillness, plant the palms, and come to a neutral spine. We'll inhale, send the right hand high, reach up. I'm going to exhale, thread needle, right arm under the left, drop right ear, right shoulder to the ground. Spider crawl, left fingertips to the top of the mat, press your hips back. And just being and breathing here. If you want a little more, send the left foot to the back of the mat, coming onto the ball of the foot. And even more, you can send that left foot to the left corner off of the mat, sole the foot comes flat to the ground. And slowly, if the leg is extended, drive the knee back to meet the other knee. Keep the hip width distance between the knees. If the palms extended, slide the hand back by your face, press left palm into the ground, inhale, right arm goes high. Then exhale, lower right palm, even out your stance. Inhaling, left palm reaches high to the sky. Exhale, thread the needle, left arm swims under the right, left ear, left shoulder come down. Same, different side. Send the right hand to the top of the mat if you like. And the right foot can come back behind you, coming onto the ball of the foot. Maybe you send that right foot off of the mat to the right sole. The foot comes all the way down to the ground. And gently, if the leg is extended, you'll guide the right knee back to meet the left. Toes together or apart. Slide the right palm back by the face. If it's extended, press into the ground. Left arm goes high. And exhale, lower the left palm. Here, we'll go ahead and tuck the toes underneath us. Hover the knees 2 inches off the ground. So beast pose, you're really pressing the ground away from you here. Knees just hovering. And then gently step the feet, little baby steps towards the knees. Come outside the hands, feet come outside the hands, lower the hips into Yogi Squat, Malasana, hands to heart center, elbows into your knee creases. You can always slide a block underneath the hips on any setting, and this might create a grounding sensation, allowing you to keep a tall spine. So just something to play with is the block there. A pillow can work as well, a box, book. Books tend to slide a little bit, so just be wary if you do use a book. And then gently, we'll open our wings, right hand down, left arm reaches high to the sky. And then exhaling, maybe the left hand comes around the low back, reaching for right hip crease or just resting there. And right arm can swim around the right knee, and maybe the hands find each other interlacing here, gazing over the left shoulder. And gently releasing, undo your arms, open up, elbows come back into your knee creases. And then you can stay here with hands at heart center, or send the hands open again, left arm down, right arm reaches to the sky, look up. Swim the left arm a little further around the left hip crease, and right arm comes behind to the low back, maybe hands interlace. Gazing over right shoulder. Breathing through it. And gently unwind. We'll plant the palms. You can lower the knees one at a time. So lowering knees one at a time, coming to sit on top of the toes with knees wide. Here, we're going to take a wide leg child's pose. You can put a block underneath your forehead or your chest if you like, maybe 2 blocks. Reach the arms long in front of you. Crown of the head reaches forward, tailbone reaches behind you. Maybe the forehead comes all the way to the ground, belly towards the ground. And just feel this length, let the hips continue to open. A little bit of heat helps. And gently roll on up, walk the fingertips towards the knees, drive the knees together, roll forward into your tabletop, scoot down your mat if you're very, very high at the top of the mat. And here, we're going to send the right foot outside the right hand. So a little hip opening here, nice grounded lizard stretch. You can have a blanket under the knee. You can also send the foot behind the wrist if that step feels very big at first. So just a little bend in the knee. Option to stay on your palms. And then you can also come to forearms. Maybe you have a block underneath the hands, or bolstered, bringing the ground closer to you, just as a nice resting point. You can also drop elbows on a block, interlace knuckles, relax your head there, or round the chin into the chest and just let the head hang heavy. If you want a little more active leg, send the left knee into the air, tuck back toes to lift that back knee. Find a little buoyancy, sway forward and back. And then gently lower that left knee if it's not already. If you're on your forearms, come up to palms, and we're gonna walk the hands to the left corner, top of the mat. Spread your fingers wide and send the left toes to the right corner, back of the mat. Keep walking your hands off the mat, press the ground away from you, and lower the head, relax your neck, think down dog in the upper body. Relaxing the neck, little bend at the hips, the waist. I'm feeling this in the hamstring, the hip, a little bit in the core. And you can walk down the edge of your mat. So anchoring the right hip, feel free to crawl the hands down the left side of the mat, head hanging heavy, nice and relaxed. Get a side body stretch in there. And slowly crawling your way back to center, hands inside the front foot, step the right knee back. Left knee comes outside, left shoulder, left foot outside, left hand, or just behind your hand if that feels better in your body. Sometimes this could be a really big step right away. And noticing here, how does this feel side to side? Finding a little sway, maybe staying on palms, maybe hands on blocks or forearms all the way down to the ground. Option to tuck the back toes and lift that back knee for a more active leg. Nice lunge here, lizard lunge. Lots of variations to take. Really letting this be your own here. And you can even add some cat-cows in here in the upper body with the hands down. It's a lizard cat-cow where you can arch the back and drop the belly just with the knee bent. Finding your movement. And if you're down on the forearms, come up to palms. We'll walk the hands to the right corner, top of the mat, and then swivel the back leg, left corner, back of the mat. Relax the neck, hinge at your hips. You can gaze towards your navel or towards your back foot. And maybe you stay right here or begin to walk down the right side of the mat with the hands. Anchor the left hip, and the hands will help guide the movement of the side body. Micro bend in the elbows, tip the weight slightly forward. Maybe crawl a little further down. And then gently come up to center, hands inside that front foot. Swivel the back leg so toes point to the back of the mat. And step the left knee back to meet the right. Take a child's pose, knees together. Sink hips over the heels. Reach the head forward to the top of the mat. Forehead down. Inhaling, roll forward. We're going to drop down onto the belly. So you can have knees down or lift them if you'd rather. Lowering all the way down to the belly. Forehead comes down, elbows in line to the body. Hands by your chest here. Inhale, baby cobra. Press into the ground, lift the head and the heart. And exhale, lower. Inhale, lift your head and your heart. Press into the ground, navel just above the mat. And exhale, lower. Longer hold this time. Inhale, press up, baby cobra. Stay through the exhale. Lower the elbows and shoulders down. Inhale, lift a little higher. And then exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra. You can hover the hands or keep them grounded. Press through the tops of the feet like you have a long tail. Inhale, lift a little higher. And lowering on the exhale. Interlace knuckles behind you. Release index fingers for collie grip. Roll the shoulders back. Press through the tops of the feet. One long cobra tail. Squeeze the inner thighs. Inhale, lift the head and the heart. Stay through the exhale. Inhale, lift a little higher, hover the feet. And exhale, stay. Inhale, a little higher. And exhale, lower it down. Bring the hands outside the top corners of the mat. You can tuck or untuck your toes here. We're going to inhale, lift the head and the heart. And then exhale, drop left shoulder and left ear, gaze right. Inhale, center, look forward. Exhale, drop right shoulder, right ear, gaze left. Inhale, center. And then exhale, left shoulder, left ear, drop, gaze right. Inhale, center. Exhale, right shoulder, right ear, drop, gaze left. Inhale, center. And exhale, lower in the center. We're gonna plant the palms outside of the mat. So cactus arms off of the mat, right ear drops, and you're gazing left. Bend into your left knee. Slide your left palm by your chest. Send the right arm out to a T. So just straight away from the body, out to the side. And you'll send the left leg up and over behind the right leg. Draw the heart forward. Option to send the left hand up and over, landing at the low back. Opening up the shoulders, just like we did with the squat. Maybe fingers interlaced behind the low back. If so, draw the heart forward. And just breathe. Press the left knee away from you. So left knee kind of pressing behind you. Heart forward, knee back. And slowly we'll unwind, rolling back onto the belly. Left hand can come up and over, planting by your chest if it was behind you. Slowly making your way to the belly, cactus arms, frame your mat. Forehead down or left ear down, gazing right. Send the left arm out to a T, right palm by the chest. Bend into the right knee, left or right foot to the ceiling. Send the right leg up and over behind left leg. Then here, notice if you would like to keep your hand in front of you, maybe send right hand up and over, landing at the low back. Press the right knee behind you, heart forward. Maybe hands interlace behind you. And if so, draw your heart forward, really open up the shoulders, the chest. Feel that low back release, stretching the abdominals. Opening the hips as well. Nice neck release as well. Maybe a little bit of tingling. And gently, we'll all roll over back to the belly. Make your way there. Nice and easy. Draw the palms in by the chest. Inhale, baby cobra. Stay through the exhale. Inhale, lift a little higher, elbows down. And exhale, lower it down. Tuck your toes and press back into so it's like a little cobra lift, but into a kneeling position on the shins. Walk the hands back towards the knees. You're gonna have tucked toes sitting up into fire toes. So here you may manually move the toes apart. With the hands, if you're like me, you have to every time. And we'll inhale, send palms up overhead, reach up. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, tip the hands forward, fingertips come in front of the knees. You can lift a little bit of pressure up off the toes, rock weight forward. Or bring hands to heart center. You can always untuck the toes if it becomes too much and sit on top of the feet. We'll interlace the knuckles, press the palms away from you. Inhale, reach the hands up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, round the chin into the chest, press the palms further away from you. Inhale, reach up to the sky. And exhale, press palms away from your chin to your chest. Release the hands. We'll all crawl forward, release your toes, tap out your feet. Little applaud for everybody's fire toes, which can burn. And then sitting on the heels, guiding fingertips back by the knees. Little ankle stretch. So fingertips tented. We're all sitting on our shins, maybe a blanket underneath us. Lift your knees about 2 inches, pressing through the tops of the feet. This one can be fiery as well. Maybe you balance, noticing here, if you feel okay, maybe hands come up to heart center. Knees do not need to come up very high. And this helps to balance alignment in your feet. If it feels very fiery at first, there may have been some alignment issues in the feet that this can help to alleviate. It can be fiery at first, and then it will get less and less sensational, we'll say. And lowering the knees down, we'll swing the feet out in front of us. Send your left leg long, and right knee will be lifted, bent here. Place your left palm between your foot and your thigh. You can guide your heel closer to the glute, right heel towards your glute. Inhale, reach up, and then exhale, we're gonna fold forward. So right arm inside the knee. You can find a bend in the left knee. Maybe forehead comes to your knee. Maybe you reach for that foot or the calf. And breathing through it, finding your edge in this little fold here. Slowly come up. We'll swim the right arm around the right leg, landing right palm by the hip. Left arm swims behind you. Maybe hands meet and interlace. Draw the heart forward, look over the left shoulder. And then gently unwind. We'll lower the right knee, sole the foot to the left inner thigh here. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist and fold over the left leg. There can always be a deep bend in the knee on that left leg, sending the leg straight forward down to the ground. Over time, hands can relax on the calf, maybe at the foot. If you're really warm and bendy today and your leg is flat to the ground, press your heel away from you, flex your toes in towards your face, elbows close into the body. Inhaling, slowly roll up. We'll take a little twist over the bent knee, gaze over back shoulder. Keeping the right palm behind you, lift the left hand high in the sky, roll forward over the right shin, press hips up, and look back. Then exhaling, lower the hips. Once more, inhale, lift up, press hips forward, tip the upper body back. And exhale, lower. Switching sides here, send the right leg long, sole of the left foot towards your right inner thigh. We're gonna press the knee up, draw that left heel towards your glute, and place one palm between the foot and the thigh just to get that distance, and you'll feel your arm also reaches forward. So if you inhale, lift your arms up here, and then exhale, fold. You should have space for the fold between your knee and your arm. So your arm can reach forward without feeling obstructed. Reaching towards your foot, maybe you have a bend in the knee, forehead to knee right away, or you stay more upright. And then slowly you can fold. You don't have to go very deep here, just feeling the length in the spine. And slowly coming up, swim left palm behind or outside the left thigh, maybe coming to the left thigh crease. Right arm reaches behind you, maybe finds the other hand, maybe fingers interlace. Draw the heart forward. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, twist through your core, gaze over the back shoulder. And slowly coming back to center. We'll lower this left knee, so finding the sole of the foot against the right thigh. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist and fold over the right leg. And again, deep bend in the knee, always welcome. Forehead might land at the knee. And again, slowly the leg can straighten down to the ground, keeping the spine nice and long here. Forehead on that knee or towards it, crown of the head reaching towards the top of your foot. Palms can be stacked under the calf, elbows close into the body. And feeling that low back release, hamstring release. And slowly we'll all come upright, take a little twist over the bent knee, look over back shoulder. And slowly coming to center, we'll take a wide-legged forward fold. Oh, wait. Stay back, put your left foot back to your right thigh. We're gonna do stargazer, other side. So here, left arm comes behind the low back, reach right arm high, press the hips forward, lift up. And then exhale, lower the hips down. How could we forget that side? Inhale, press hips up. Exhale, lower it down. We'll go ahead and take altar pose. So before moving into our wide leg forward fold, you'll bring toes facing forward, knees forward, and you'll have hands behind you, behind the glutes, shoulders over your wrists, fingers can face forward, and you're gonna inhale, press the hips up. Stay through the exhale, drop your head back. Inhale, press up a little higher, and then lowering the hips on the exhale. Option to flip fingertips to face behind you. Inhale, press up through the hips. And lowering at your comfort on your exhale. One more, fingertips in any direction. Inhale, press up. And exhale, lower. Send the legs wide in front of you. So wide leg forward fold, nice wide stance here. Deep bend in both knees, or legs can be down. If you put props underneath the knees, ensure they're of the same height. Blocks or pillows can be really nice, just right before the knee crease or directly under it. You can have a block or pillow underneath your hips if you'd like. Anyone with a lot of low back tension, a little lift under the hips can be nice support. We'll inhale, reach up, and then exhale, fold flat. Fold with a flat back, folding forward, fingertips reach in front of you. Notice here, if you'd like something under your head, you can always take a pillow or a cushion at an angle and relax, something sturdy, and relax your head there. Maybe you fold a little deeper to the ground, pulling in a pillow to support your torso and your head. And it could be a whole stack of things. So noticing if you'd like something under the head, you can always round the chin into the chest. If you're not using any props, elbows are nice as well to just plant on the ground and then interlace knuckles, create a little shelf for your head. Noticing your breath. Inhaling for length. Exhaling the fold if you're still moving, otherwise just hanging out where you are and letting the breath slow down. Maybe hands come to the insides of the feet or the toes. And you can use the strength of your arms to pull your heart forward, bending in the elbows, and then folding a little lower to the ground. Full bilateral support with the ground underneath us. About 10 more seconds here. Slowly begin to rise up. And we'll draw the soles of the feet together for a butterfly. Heels come in close towards the pubic bone. Hands around the tops of your feet. You can bounce your knees. Bring a little heat circulation back, especially after that fold of sitting still. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Keeping our hamstrings, our glutes, our thighs nice and warm today. preparing you for any activities, supporting mobility, undoing all that long time of sitting, and gently slow your bounce to a still or a halt. And we'll inhale, send the crown of the head high. Exhale, fold. So here you can use the hands around the feet as an anchor. Elbows might come into the knee creases or on top of the calves. Drawing the heart forward and down. There might be a slight rounding of the spine here. Folding as flat as you can, comfortably, and then rounding your chin into your chest. So it's okay to fold with a round back or a flat back in this posture. Observing how there's both internal and external rotation happening. Just being and breathing. You can massage the inner arches with your thumbs of your feet. So thumbs to the inner arches of the feet while you're sitting here can be a nice little thing, or you can even put your elbows in there and then just relax your head on your hands. Maybe the head comes all the way down to the toes. Then slowly coming upright. If you were folded, making your way there nice and carefully. We'll go ahead and draw the knees together, shut them like a book. And here you can either lower one vertebrae at a time or make peace fingers, or we're going to our backs, make peace fingers around the big toes and roll down to your back. Your feet might come up into the air right away. If you lowered one vertebrae at a time, you might still be making your way down, and you'll slowly come down. We'll all eventually take happy baby. Make peace fingers around the big toes, draw knees into the armpits, rock along the lumbar spine, massage out the low back. Option to straighten the leg on the right side and then the leg on the left side. Maybe straighten both legs, feeling that wide leg forward fold on your back. Keeping a bend in the knees if you'd rather. And then gently shut your knees like a book. We're going to stack the right knee underneath the left knee. So left knee towards the ceiling, right knee closer into your chest. Grab your calves and draw the knees, pull them in towards the chest. You can wiggle your ankles, make some ankle circles here. Really feel this hip stretch. Outer hip. Gently switch the stack of your knees. Hands to calves, draw knees into your chest. The glutes will probably lift off the ground for most of us. Ankle circles, flex and point your toes. Pull the knees in closer to the chest. A little fiery here. And we'll gently undo the stack of the feet, let the feet come down. Windshield wiper your legs, let the knees fall left and right, left and right. We'll gently take a figure 4 shape, hook the right foot above the left knee, press the right knee away from you. You might send the left heel closer to your glute. And you're welcome to stay here, or you want a little more. Interlace fingers behind the left thigh, left foot comes into the air. And you can drive that left thigh close into the chest, press the right knee away with your elbow. Option to straighten the left leg, foot to ceiling, or keep a bend in that knee. Relaxing here, a little fiery here as well. And gently lower the left foot to the ground. We'll undo the grip if you have it behind the thigh. Option to stay here or take a twist, letting legs fall to the left. Sole of the right foot will be flat to the ground. You might wiggle the left foot just a little bit, finding your angle. So you might wiggle that left foot towards the center of your mat, finding a position that feels comfortable. And you'll feel a sensation in the quad of the left leg as well. Relax your hands at your side. You can cactus the arms if you'd rather and gaze over the shoulder on either side, adding in a neck release. Shoulders are grounded here. And slowly we'll unravel, sending that right knee towards your right. Roll over the edge of the left foot, so sole of the left foot is flat to the ground. Lower the right foot to the ground, switch the stack, send the left foot above the right knee, press left knee away from you. Maybe scoot the right heel closer to your right glute. And relax your hands wherever feels nice. If you want a little more, you can interlace the hands behind the right thigh, lifting the right foot off the ground. Press left knee into left elbow. And really draw that right thigh towards your chest here. Maybe straighten the right leg if you like. Pressing the left knee away, driving the right thigh closer to the chest. Continuous opposition. Letting the stretch evolve. And if you're used to this shape in your body, you might not feel a strong sensation, and that's okay. You don't always have to have a strong sensation to get the benefits. And slowly we'll all lower the right foot down to the ground. Option to stay with the left knee lifted or take that twist. If you'd like to take the twist, let legs fall to the right, sole of the left foot comes down. Press the left knee away from you still, and maybe wiggle the right foot in closer to the center of the mat. Find your angle for that right quad release. Option to drop one ear to the side, gazing over the shoulder. Maybe you find cactus arms once more. And just feeling this twist. And gently, slowly, we'll unravel, sending the left knee back up into the air. Right knee is in the air. Lower left foot. Windshield wiper once more. Knees left and right, left and right. And gently draw both knees into your chest. Wrap forearms just over the shins. Hands might find opposite elbows. And let the shoulders come back down to the ground. You might bump your hips up a little bit to do so. And feel the low back begin to drop. One day the low back will be completely flat to the ground. With practice, of course. A little bit of compression here. Gently send the left leg long. Keep the right knee tight into your chest. And drive the right knee up towards the shoulder outside the right ribs. Keeping the elbows close into the body. Shoulders grounded. Gently guide the shin back to center, lower the right foot. Bump your hips to the right, coming into a twist. Send the right leg up and over. Hips directly stacked. You might put a pillow underneath the right knee. Option to keep the knee bent or straighten the right leg. Relax your hands. And if you want a little more, send the left heel towards your left glute, staying low to the ground. Maybe hands capture the toes. If you straighten the right leg, maybe the left hand captures the right toes. Deeper into the quad stretch. Still feeling this twist from the core. Hands might come to your calf or your shin. And gently unravel, releasing the feet if you captured them. Send the right leg up and over, bump your hips back to center. Right leg goes along, left knee into the chest. Interlace fingers just below the knee. And gently squeeze the thigh towards your chest. And let it come out and down, outside left ribs and up towards your left shoulder. Flex your right toes towards your face. Feel the right calf on the ground. And gently draw the left knee back to center, lower the left foot, bump your hips to the left, stacking left over right, send the left knee up and over, maybe a bend in the knee where you straighten the leg, maybe a pillow below the knee. Option to send the right heel towards your right glute, maybe fingers capture the foot on this side. Maybe you capture the left toes in the right hand. If you do so, notice if you're forcing, keeping shoulders on the ground, you might bring hands to your calf. Feeling the quad stretch, hamstrings. Still feeling that twist from the core. Noticing how one side might be very open compared to the other side, which is common for most of us. And gently releasing the feet if you've captured them. Send the left leg up and over. Windshield wiper the knees one last time, left and right, left and right. Draw the knees together, shut them like a book, knees up towards the ceiling, and step the feet apart, 2 fists distance. Scoot the heels towards your glutes. Hands by your side, we'll take 2 rounds of bridge. Option for supported bridge with a block below your sacrum, fleshy part, top of your butt. We'll tilt our pelvis forward and back a few times just to check in that the low back is sealed to the ground first. So if you don't have that sensation, you might send the heels a little closer to the glutes or a little further away. Keep doing the pelvic tilt forward and back, shine your Texas belt buckle. And when you feel the low back meets the ground, you found your spot, you're set up. You'll press the hips up on the inhale. Little to no weight in your shoulder, your neck, a little pressure in the shoulders, but we're not really forcing anything here. So the hips come up. You might walk fingers underneath the glutes, interlace them, and then tuck the shoulders under. Really press the hips up, squeeze the inner thighs. Feeling nice and stable here, and lowering at your comfort level. When you're ready, you'll lower on your exhale. So if you want to stay here, stay a little longer. Otherwise, lowering on the exhale, remove your hands from underneath you so you don't squish them. Lowering one vertebrae at a time. Few pelvic tilts in between. And then taking your second round. When you're ready, inhaling, press up. Squeeze the inner thighs. Keep the knees from splaying out. Little shoulder therapy, you can wash the palms forward and back like you're painting a fence. One of my favorite shoulder exercises, very therapeutic for joint mobility. And you get a little core challenge here to stay lifted. So keeping yourself active in stillness. And gently lowering down when you're ready. Take a big morning stretch when you come down, point your toes, sending legs long, reach up behind you. And we'll all squeeze the entire body, squeeze everything you've got. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Exhale, release, let it go, soften. Once more, squeeze everything you've got. And then exhale, release, let it go. Gently make your way to any shape of your choosing as your final resting shape. Some offered shapes can be a traditional Shavasana with legs long and arms long at your sides, maybe a rolled blanket or blocks under the knees. You could slide a bolster underneath the body, holding up the chest and the head. You can do that with pillows or a couch cushion. If you're near a wall, you're welcome to take legs up the wall, scooting the body up against the wall, sending legs literally straight up the wall if you do so, and low back sealed to the ground. If you want something more awakening, you're welcome to take a comfortable seat, sitting upright with or without props. Get out your last adjustments. Finding your way to your final resting shape. No right or wrong here. And these next few minutes are yours in silence, and my voice will gently guide you out. Enjoy your Shavasana. Gently, slowly, if you are ready to move on with your practice, find some wiggles in the fingers, wiggles in the toes. Rock your head side to side. You're welcome to stay in your resting shape. Or if you're ready, truly ready to move on, make your way to one side, laying in a fetal shape with your bicep as a pillow, coming into a fetal shape as a symbol of rebirth from our practice into our day. And I invite you to linger on your side, really feeling this energetic transition, this shape, letting the body feel heavy, this slow awakening, observing sensation through the body, what stands out to you, how has it changed from beginning to now, observing sensation in the mind, maybe the rhythm of thoughts coming and going, or just a feeling, noticing your breath, the rhythm and pace, the depth. And without hurry, with soft or closed eyes, and using your hands, if you're really moving on, press yourself up into a comfortable seat. You are welcome to stay on your side longer. And feeling the sits bones root down, lower body anchored. Feel the lift of your head, the lift of your heart, a solid foundation, and a lightness, lighter and brighter, all at once. We'll inhale, send the arms up overhead, reach up. And exhale, hands to heart center, thumbs into your sternum. I invite you to revisit any intention you may have set for today's practice. Take a moment. And wrapping up our thoughts. Thank you for sharing your practice with me and showing up to your mat today. It is truly an honor. Together we bow. Namaste.